Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost, giving all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east. Call halal la Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone. Shalom to the 144,000. Shalom to the elect. My name is Maka'ala, and today I just want to talk about women and their security, their false sense of security. Lamentations 5 verse 11. They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the cities of Judah. All right, check out this article. Sudan civil war sees RSF forces ape women and girls on a shocking scope and scale. Rights group says. Sudan's Rapid Support Forces, one side in a civil war that's torn the African nation apart for more than a year and created one of the worst humanitarian crises on the planet, are accused of aping scores of women. You can't even say the fucking word because these people are fucking uh, too sensitive, man. Of women and girls and using some as sex slaves in a new report by Human Rights Watch. It says HRW lays out the finding of an investigation based on the cases of almost 80 women and girls in a report published Monday detailing horrific new allegations of abuse in Sudan, where both sides in a civil war had already been accused of war crimes. Researchers gathered evidence on 79 women and girls between the ages of 7 and 50. So they are getting them real young, all right. And it looks like they don't really they're ignoring the really old ones, really old women. But even really old women are not safe, all right, because old women have been you know aped aped before. Okay, I'm just gonna say aped. Survivors and witnesses told the group that the men who carried out the attacks were all uniformed RSF forces or members of allied militias. Survivors described being gang aped in front of their families and over prolonged periods of time, including while being held as sex slaves. As HRW conducted a full interview, HRW conducted with an 18-year-old woman whom the group identified as Hania. She said she was pregnant in February when RSF fighters burst into her home in Habila and grabbed her, her 17-year-old neighbor, and 16 other girls she knew from her neighborhood. She said they were taken in 10 vehicles to the military base in Dibeibat. When they arrived, Hania said she recognized more than 30 other girls from her town already there, with about 100 fighters holding them captive. She said when she tried to resist being aped, one of the militants started beating me with a metal whip. Over the next 3 months, she said the fighters came in groups of 3 every morning to take some girls to ape them, and then in the evening another group of 3 would come and take another set of girls to ape them. Hania said the RSF Men held her and the other women and girls in a type of animal pen constructed of wire and tree branches, where they were chained up in groups of 10. What was clear from these cases is that in areas with RSF with control, absolutely nowhere is safe, not if you flee or even in your home. Women and girls are at risk of being aped no matter where. Another woman, Hasina, 35, told HRW that 6 uniformed RSF men shot and killed her husband and stole all their cattle and money. She said the cows were her family's investment, so with them and her money stolen, she felt she had no means to flee like many of her neighbors had done, and she and her 6 young children, some just babies, had no choice but to stay in their home. The RSF fighters returned 3 days later, she said, and all 3 men aped me and left. Later that evening, 3 more came back and aped me again and told me to stay in my house. She says she was gang aped almost every day for the next month before she fled. So you see, this is going to be happening on a worldwide scale. All right, when war pops off, all right, I'm gonna just finish with this. Isaiah 13 verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Their houses shall be spoiled. What did it say right here? It said they killed her husband and stole all their cattle and money. All right, and their wives ravished, and then and you already know what happened. All right, so when that world war pops off, a lot of countries are going to be seeing invading forces, and when these soldiers find defenseless women, there ain't gonna be no Black Widow spirit, you know, a woman taking out a whole bunch of men. None of that. There ain't gonna be none of that. All right. All right. No independent, no strong independent woman. Ain't gonna be none of that. All right. That's fantasy. All right. No Ronda Rousey beating up a man. No, none of that. All right. That's fantasy. All right. These women are gonna be ravished. All right. And that's gonna happen when that war pops off. And even with the wars that are going on, it's happening right now. But it's gonna happen on a greater scale when that world war pops off. So I'm gonna leave it there. I hope the video was edifying. Shalom.